Welcome to GKey Solutions Private Limited.
SQL Server Integration Services, Classes and Real-Time Interview Questions and Answers. Part 2. How to load delimited FlatFile into SQL Server database.
In this part, we are going to discuss about how to load delimited file into SQL Server database. Before to do that, we have to know what is data flow task in SSIS. In SQL Server Integration Services, the data flow task is one of the most important components. It enables the actual movement and transformation of data from source to destination. The core of ETL, that is extracts, transformation and loading processes. Components inside a data flow task are data sources like FlatFile source, OLEDB source, and Excel source, etc. Transformations are like derived column, lookup, data conversion, etc. And data destinations are like OLEDB destination, FlatFile destination, and Excel destination, etc. Now we are coming to the main point, that is what is FlatFile source in SSIS. In SSIS, that is SQL Server Integration Services, a FlatFile source is a type of data source that allows you to read data from flat files such as .txt files, .csv files, that is comma separated value files, .dat or other delimited or fixed with text files. What does it do? The FlatFile source components is used in data flow task to extract data from flat file so that it can be transformed or loaded into destination like SQL Server database, Excel file or another format. Key features of FlatFile source are like it supports delimited files like CSV and fixed with files. You can define the column delimiter like comma, tab, semicolon, etc. You can specify row delimiters like new line or carriage return. It supports column headers in the first row. It can handle text qualifiers like quotes around the text. We'll see these things practically in Visual Studio, that is SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. Now we are at SQL Server Integration Services and the project is GKey demo. Now we are creating a new package. We are just renaming this package as FlatFile loading. And to do that, first what we have to do is we have to take the data flow task. Why? Because it supports sources, transformations and destinations. By double clicking on that, we are coming to the data flow tab here. Now we have to choose the FlatFile source to connect to the flat files. These are the different sources available. In this we are selecting the FlatFile source. While selecting the FlatFile source, you have to click on new to create the new connection. The connection manager will be created here. And we are clicking on new here. And here we can give any flat file name like a connection name here. I'm giving it as a flat file loading connection, and I'm trying to browse the file. See, in D drive files and part 1, I'm having a file like there are different formats available to see all the formats. This is the thing, and I'm selecting the CSV format here. Now you can see that there are different formats available in FlatFile. That is, one is delimited, second one is fixed with and ragged, right? Now we are trying with a delimited file. And text qualifier, as we discussed in the previous slide, we can make anything. And header row delimiter, CRLF means it will just skip to the next row after completing each row. And column names in the first data row, that means if you select this one, it will read first row as column header. And if you come to the columns, these are the different columns available in that source file. And advanced, these things we'll see in next classes, that in advanced we can to load the fixed with files, we have to do some modifications here. We can see those things here. To preview the data, you can preview here. And now what we have done is we just created the connection and we browse the file. We'll see the file here. I have the file here. This is the CSV file. It is having employee ID, first name, last name, gender, job title, department, salary, hire date, email and phone number. These are the different columns, and we are having different data in this. And to create this, if you want to load this data into SQL Server database, there has to be a table that we have to be created, or it has to be created, or then only we can load the data. I have the script ready like this. We are trying to create the table in demo.GKey database. I'm just executing this query. It is going to create the table here. Now just see, is there any data available here? This is the table that we are trying to load. There's no data now for these columns here. We try to create like connection for the database. To create a database connection, there is a component called OLEDB destination. Now we are using this OLEDB destination as a destination. Why? Because FlatFile is the source and SQL Server database is the destination. That's why we are using OLEDB destination component to connect to the target. We are just mapping it, and the table also created in the. And here what we are going to do is, I'm going to establish a connection to the SQL Server database. See, this is the server that I'm trying to connect. I'm giving the server name here, and these are the different databases available over there. I'm just loading this FlatFile to the demo.GKey database, and I'm trying to text connection. The test connection is succeeded now. That means the connection is established to this database. Now I'm coming to the tab like mappings. Like before that, there are two options available. Data access mode, table or view. If your target is table or view, you can take this, and another option is like table or view fast load. We can take this if there is a huge data. Why? Because it uses the fast load utility to load the data in bulk. In real time, we used to use this fast load option instead of table or view. And next one would be table name or view name variable. Here what we do is we create a variable and we put that table name or view name in the variable. Instead of taking the table or view, we are going to take this variable. And next option would be table name or view name variable fast load. In the same way how the fast load is working, for the variable also fast load utility is that we can use that. And this is the SQL command. Instead of getting the direct table, you can write some queries by using the SQL command option. Currently we are using table or view fast load option. Here we are just selecting the data like the table which is created. The table name is delimited FlatFile destination. We are going to select this table here. Delimited FlatFile destination is the table. And these are the different options we can check. Keep identity. If you want to create any identity column, you can keep. If you want to keep the nulls, you can check these things. And right now, no need of these things. And we are going to the mappings. See, whatever the columns available in the source, we directly created all those columns in the target. If the column names also I have created with the same name, that's why these are automatically mapped. If the column names are different, you just have to map by doing like this. If you click on here, it will give the drop down with all the columns. Then you can map them manually. Otherwise, mappings, the column names are similar, it finds and it automatically maps the columns. Now the mapping from the connection managers, two connection managers have been created. One is for FlatFile loading connection, another one is GKey solutions demo. We are connected to the demo.GKey database to a particular table. This FlatFile we are loading to the database. To run this package, once you created the package, you have to run the package to load the data or process the package. Here you have the option like you can run the package here. package got executed successfully and 1000 rows have been inserted into the destination. Let's see the data in the target. Now we are trying to see. Now we are trying to select the query based on the table, and we got all 1000 rows here loaded from the FlatFile to SQL Server database table. This is how we can load a delimited FlatFile to a SQL Server database to a particular database and particular table. And for your references and practical purposes, I'll just put these things like FlatFile source and the script that is used to create this table. I'll put these things in the description. You can download and use them for your practical purposes. Thank you.
Stay connected with GKey IT solutions on all your favorite platforms. Follow us on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest content. Join the GKey community and grow your IT career with us.